at ISNA headquarters the whole summer. This white woman had a child by a Tunisian or a Moroccan, and they all, Mediterranean looking. They look all like Greeks and everything. The white people said, "Oh, he's so beautiful. It's like he has a permanent tan." That's the way they looked at him. He has a beautiful tan. He's not black. Don't worry about that. He ain't black. But he's not ugly white. You know where they're so white, they just pale faces, He's not a pale face. And they was saying, "Look at that. His hair, he is just right." That's what the white women were saying. This thing about color, unless it's like with camels and other things that have a lot to do with performance, well, some are better, then they ought to leave that alone. Because the color has nothing to do with the performance, it's what you think. And after that, if you think a white woman is better, you might go to your grave thinking this white lady is better, But if you break it down to just regular functional stuff, who do the white man like? He liked the nigger woman. And the darker the better, right? You see the Negro women that white men be rolling with? A tar baby. Yeah. You see, that's how Allah gonna fix all these dumb folks talking about color. Pretty soon the Chinaman's gonna be over here. You talking about 1.4 billion Chinamans, they're gonna be something else after a while, the 200-300 years. You're gonna have to be just like getting original dogs, like you get dogs from, and they have the pedigree. This is a 100% German Shepherd. In a while, they're gonna have this a 100% Chinaman. And if you want a 100%, you're gonna have to be. They're gonna study you. They shoot you 62% Chinaman. You got round eyes and all that, but you just look like a Chinaman. You ain't no Chinaman. You something else. Then they're gonna go break it on. You got a little bit of nigger in you, some Turk in you, so all this stuff here, all this stuff down here. They're gonna get like that, but not us. One thing about Islam, it helps a little bit. It gives you a 10% boost in your ability to see people as people. But still, the yellow girl gonna get the best choice, and stuff like that. That's the way they do. You can't stop people. Look, when you're born with it, the people now, they may not be affected as much. In fact, you could tell they're not affected as much. But all they say is white people can't dance. They club-footed and dancing. And everybody seems to know that. And I was watching TV, and the white girls was dancing like this, and my kids told me they don't do like that at college. Those are professional dancers. Them white girls at college are club-footed and all of that. But the girl that's practicing on their little shows and all that, and I thought, oh, white people can dance now. They said, no, they can't dance. They can't do it. Them people are almost paraplegic. You know what I mean? The way they move, they just don't do it. I'm not against them. That's just that's what stuff white folks have. You don't blame them for just try to teach them better. Are there any more questions or comments?
That's it. It's just.
I hope I answered. I didn't mean to talk that long, but.
You did. When I saw that video, I was like, oh, okay, so I don't know, maybe the brother was trying to confirm a topic, because you had mentioned that months ago, that, the whole light-dark thing, it's not just a black thing. We're not the only tribe that does that. Other people, they got that problem too.
Oh, no doubt about it. Pakistanis, Indians, Iranians. No, they all got it. I think they got it from here, But one thing I tell the Negro, I said, people around the world don't hate you. They like you. They like niggas. I mean, they like the way niggas dance and talk. I don't know about these new Negroes, but I think they like them too. I don't, but I think the people do. The people still, cause they black. I said, man, they telling you how much people don't like you. I said, people be following me around down the street all the time, you know, and whatever you do, they like it. And they think it's something special. You know, it is something special. But I'll close with this. Everybody have to find out what their special gifts, not one gift like color or race, but what their gifts are, and develop those. And whatever you don't have, don't be ashamed of not having it. You know, you have to, whatever you have to like yourself. If you want to modify yourself a little bit, if a white girl is born with a nose that sticks out here, if she get it cut down a little, it ain't gonna, although the Quran may frown on it a little, but for her, she's not, you know, slitting the ears for the stuff, you know. So anyway, appreciate who you are and what Allah gave you. If you appreciate yourself, other people will appreciate you. If you don't appreciate yourself, eventually nobody else is going to appreciate you anyway. You know, eventually they're going to find out that nigga don't like himself. So why should I like him if he don't like himself? Okay, that nigga like himself. He likes his environment. He likes people. So it's all right with me. Right? Okay. Is that about it?
Yeah, outside of that, it's just Khadijah. Outside of that.
Oh, well, just wave it, Khadijah. Khadijah, you just, you tell, is she still on there?
Still on.
It's Khadijah, you tell Tattletales, you was talking about you was in D.C. You know you ain't in no D.C., girl, you back in Oakland. You know, the girl is in Oakland. You think she would be here in D.C. and not here if this came? We've been here for 2 hours, right? If we'd have popped on this show and they but not but a half hour, they can't be but a half hour away in D.C. Right, yeah. You can't be but a half hour away in D.C. And ain't nobody rolled by here. Okay, y'all can stop telling lies. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Dear Khadijah, I'll be out in California maybe in another month or so. Maybe 2 months. But I'm going back to California to stay, and I'm going to have all of this in court, so you'll have all the time in the world. Whatever you think you got away with, don't worry about it. You're not going to get away with it. Whatever you think that you have, well, y'all will have served the white man. Since Khadijah's on there, just remember in the front of the masjid when we was sitting up in the front area, and I had a meeting with you and Mukhtar, and I told you in 2014 I was going to help y'all. That's what I told you, and I still mean it. I'm going to help y'all, because you got to outgrow what they told you. What Abdul Malik them and all them college grads told y'all, they told y'all was, they made you feel inferior, like you're dummies. They made Mukhtar feel inferior because he couldn't get good grades over there at the college. So Abdul Malik told him, be in security. I remember when I told Mukhtar, he was in the back of the car. Abdul Malik was sitting in the front seat on the passenger side. And I was telling Mukhtar about you could elevate yourself in education and stuff. And he took that stuff that we have in our things out to the college. And the college, well, she listened at here. I'm not going to have you interrupt. I'm going to finish telling you. I'm going to finish telling you what's going on. No, it's okay. I remember that, what did we call it? Not the dummy trap, but the something or other. They can't listen without, you know what I mean? They don't have, you don't have the patience I have. So I can listen to you run your mouth all day. I can have y'all do this, that, or other. It don't bother me. But you got to learn how to have patience. You got to remember, everything I told y'all was for your own good. And the other thing is, maybe y'all got that light or bright. Maybe you think because Abdul Malik and them got curly hair, you might think no matter what, you know, a dark nigga have it hard sometimes. He can fly backwards, build submarines, and niggas still look at him like he's slow because he's dark. The nigga can fly airplanes, he can go underwater for 15, all that. That's the way y'all are. Because I don't look like that college-educated crew that y'all had sitting up here at that time in 2002. Do you know that was 19 years ago when I told you all of this stuff? 19 years ago, 2002. So I tell you the same thing. From then to now, you haven't made no progress. You want to make progress, you get with somebody who knows how to make progress. Evidently you don't. I'm sorry, you don't know how, or you would do it by now. And if you had good brotherly sense, you would be able to see me as a human being, not as what the white man told you and what Abdul Malik them told you. Abdul Malik and them thought the same thing about me as they thought about you and Khadijah. They were college-educated, excuse the expression, square-ass niggas. They thought because the white man told them you're better than the other niggas. That's what they told them, and they believed it. I am smarter. Them niggas, they got big lips, they sign for them, wide noses and all that stuff, round fingers. We have pointed futures, all that. They believe that S-H-I-T. They believe it. They die with it. They, them, what do they call them niggas at the school days niggas. They school days niggas. Remember the movie School Days? It had all to do with color, right? Everything was color. And the School Days niggas believe it, and they believe it. The niggas themselves. Khadijah and them believe it. They believe that she is the beauty, her beauty is insufficient because these other girls were skinny, pointed noses and all that, and she beat them up. This Khadijah, who's calling right here, she beat up all the tenders in Oakland. She beat them up, that Khadijah. Didn't you beat up the super yellow girl from over at the school? You beat up Zakiya. You beat up 2 or 3 more people around there. You beat up all the pretty girls, what we call pretty. You beat them up because you looked in the mirror and didn't like what you see. You didn't like what you see because they told you not to like yourself. If you don't like yourself, you're finished. If I listened to them niggas, I would have never been nothing. Nothing. Because in those days, it's one thing now. But in my time, being dark was a sign of almost like death. I mean, if you listen to, it wasn't for me, but I listened to brothers from New Orleans and them places. And I listened to people that even left here and went back down south a little bit, and they come back here, they was different shades. The people was deep in that stuff. You're gonna let the white man give you a criteria, I'm talking to Khadijah now, about beauty and sense, and let me tell you something. See, you know, here's the thing. You don't have no patience. You don't have no patience. I listen to you all the time, listen to the phone. I can feel the vibrations, the negative vibes. You can't sit still for 2 seconds without running your mouth. But I'm not answering the phone. You're going to listen to me or turn off your TV. I tried to help y'all. I did my, I ain't going to say damnness, I did my darnness to help y'all. Well, Allah give, but that position for Mukhtar to be lead, everybody said, don't get that nigga nothing, he ain't qualified. Everybody said that. Everybody used to come by, and when your daddy come by, full of alcohol, I'd always help him. You remember, your father liked me because I respected him as an individual. I respected him as an individual.